Hi, welcome everybody. Welcome to the Open Book Podcast. This is our very first episode. We decided to do this podcast, or I decided to do this podcast because we do have a very unique family. I would echo my husband in saying we are a different type of family. Um, and I think that our point of view might be some help to some people, give them different insights. We have different age groups here. Um, no topic is untouchable. We'll try not to have to censor anybody, but we're going to try and keep it as honest and as 100 as possible.
First topic is do you think whooping children or disciplining children will help the kids or hinder them?
It'll help them. Beat that ass early on.
See,
When
that's
they
y'all.
young, when they're young, you know what I mean. You get a grip on them when they're young, and then you help mold them.
Yeah, but that don't mean you have to whoop them to mold them.
I don't remember being whooped.
I beat
I
you.
remember. I have a very specific moment that just as soon as you
Never
say that,
mind.
it shot to my head.
And that's exactly
Like,
what
boom.
I mean.
Yep,
It's
I
like
remember
one
that.
moment that you remember that kind of keep
Yeah,
keep you in line.
I agree.
All right. So let's go down the line. What are some pros and cons to get of whooping children? Naomi, what do you think?
Well, the pro is if they're young, they won't remember it because I didn't remember it.
Go ahead.
The con is, I don't know. It's okay to discipline them, but people nowadays, they publicly harass their kids. They be recording them, and they be doing too much. They be whipping them with wire. What was it?
That was from back in the day when, man, I used to get whipped by switches from way back
Nobody
when.
wants to live in that day no more.
But I understand what you're saying, but what I'm saying
Yeah,
is
it
that
was a choice.
I think there is a time and place for everything, especially when it comes to discipline. I know many of occasions I have told y'all, especially when we are out in public, that where you act up is where you getting disciplined at. Ain't no going to the bathroom to go pop you. Nope, you getting popped right there. Okay, because you're a reflection of me, like I'm a reflection of you, and so you're not gonna sit there and act a fool and show the world, so to speak, that I ain't got no control over my child.
All right. What about you?
I'm just saying. But then there's times where all we have to do is give you that look, like really, and then y'all straighten right up.
Y'all remember me?
Man,
You stormed up the stairs one time.
What?
Y'all remember that?
slam the door.
Why are you
Oh, man.
trying to bring it back? I obviously forgot it for a reason.
So,
Okay.
So it was intentional.
You're like-
you forgot it.
so,
I don't
you got some
remember the
trauma. Is that what you
details,
saying?
I'm just saying.
What about you though, Michael? You
Yeah, what was that one time?
What was the one time? I'm not gonna tell you one time.
I gotta go expose myself like that.
But I mean, I do think that it doesn't. It helps. Like as long as you don't you public. As long as it's not public. Because like you said, I never heard that.
Man.
But I mean, that did
So
make
you
sense.
saying don't humiliate?
Yeah, like social media and things like that. People get on, especially I feel like it's really bad on Facebook because that's like where a lot of parents are. Like, they just be, I've seen videos of just kids just being, I feel like it's humiliating.
Yeah, I get that. I get it. And there is a fine line of discipline and humiliation and bullying. I totally get that.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, parents have to know, okay, when too much is too much.
Yeah.
Okay? But if you let your child get away with XYZ all the time, then they going to keep on trying you. And not saying that they pushing you, but if you don't nip it in the bud from the beginning, that's when you start to have the issues. And that's why you see people, not saying it's right, they go to them extremes to get their kids to understand, look, you need to start acting right.
What is probably the most
Older.
ridiculous thing y'all probably got whooped for? Did y'all feel like y'all deserved it?
I don't know.
You forgot.
I remember.
That's what happened.
No, I
I
remember.
know. I
And I
remember.
definitely didn't deserve it. I was in the park playing. I was like 8 or 9, and your auntie had left the grease on. I guess she was cooking fries or something, and the smoke alarm going off and all of that. So he got up, I guess, and he like go get your. I came home. He like go get your sister, or my sister like went and got me. I don't remember, but he whooped both our ass, and I was like, the whole time I didn't understand why. You know what I'm saying?
I got whooped for no reason.
Yeah. It's a couple times where she, you know what I mean, she did something and it was like, oh, it's a team effort. So,
Like she was trying to do with the bacon.
yeah, that type shit. So,
Dang, auntie.
it's a couple times.
Oddest punishment, well, it's probably not the oddest, but my mother would make us hold books
Yeah.
when we got in trouble. So we had to hold books in our hands out, you know. And every
See,
time,
kung fu movies. They would carry one and whole books.
It's part of the dream.
So Wu-Tang. Oh, go ahead.
whatever.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And so when our hands went down a certain level, we would get popped. So
Get him up.
that was probably the oddest. Next topic, not just about whooping. How y'all young folks feel about having families? Are y'all ready?
What?
No?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. All right. I mean, I know I've preached to y'all all the time about living y'all life first, achieving y'all dreams and goals first before y'all start settling down and having families. So that way y'all can't say shoulda, woulda, coulda. Okay, so that's good.
What do you think is the best time to have a kid? Is there an age for y'all?
Oh, let your grandma say it. She done told your sister.
Before 30, definitely.
Okay,
I would say
I
like
heard
20.
though, like I heard those,
For women, I
yeah,
guess.
I heard that past
A
couple
there
days ago.
you have a higher risk
No,
of
why is
getting
she telling me that?
complications. So
Well,
I
she
can
was talking
understand
about how many. First, she was talking about how many kids you should have. And she said 3 tops. Because if you try the first 2 times, like she did, and she got 2 girls, it's only right to try a 3rd time for a boy. And then if you get a boy, 2 boys, try a 3rd time for a girl. And then if you get a boy and a girl, she said just stop.
So
So
if you get
2
one on each, you just quit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2.
2, but 3 max. Just to give you a 3rd chance to have
So you should
a
get.
boy and
Yeah.
a girl.
That's what your grandma told you?
That's her logic.
I know, right? That's like I'm kind of shocked. I'm like, that. What?
I mean, it kind of makes sense.
It makes perfect sense, but I didn't expect her to say that.
Oh, shit.
So
Your
I
grandma
would probably
say
follow that
good
rule.
shit.
But she also said not to have them like that far apart. So
Yeah, you want to have them close.
like if I were to do that, I would have to start having kids like 26.
Let's change topic.
Hold up, though. You always telling the kids how you ready for them to have kids, at least your boys.
Come on, man.
I'm just saying.
Me too. Let's
Cause ain't he always on you about having some kids?
Yeah.
See?
Grace.
Mhm.
That's fair.
Hey, stop it.
Is it okay for your best friend, close friend, to get with your ex?
Absolutely not. That's guy code. No. Because there's reasons for that. Because if that was the case, then how do you know that he wasn't looking at her all along?
What if it was separated by years apart?
That don't matter.
There's too many
asking.
people out there.
I'm just
I
asking.
said, why they gotta get with your ex? I don't want
Way
people in the
too many
world.
people out
Mhm.
there. So just keep it moving.
Just keep it moving. Okay, all right. Since we did kind of touch up on education, right? Right?
Alright.
Your daddy is one that does not believe in formal education, higher education. I believe in higher education. Okay.
Complete polar opposites here.
That's
What?
not really fair though.
Whatever. It's the truth.
I don't. It's not like I don't believe.
He has reasons,
No.
just like I have reasons.
Anyways, what are y'all thoughts on higher education?
I mean, it's proven that you make more money.
Hold on. Who goes first? That's what I want to know.
Go first.
Yeah, it's pretty proven that you make more money with that piece of paper.
And you can get in more debt too, right?
No.
You
Hell
can't.
yes.
No, because
Do
I
you
mean,
want to?
yeah, but there are definitely ways around that. There are definitely ways that you can get your student like debt relief, depending on what you want to do. You can go to school for free. I mean, you could pay out of your pocket if you'd like to do that, and you can definitely still use the government and just not take out
So
loans.
going to school,
There are
if
plenty.
you're paying out your pocket, that's not for free. But go ahead.
Well, I mean, you saying debt. You're not in debt
I'm
if you're
still
paying out
saying-
your pocket.
True. Go ahead.
I'm done.
That's fair. Now, again, I'm not saying though, I'm totally against it because I do believe, like you said, you do make more money depending on what field you go into. It's not like you just gonna go to college and take up anything and get out and make a ton of money. You're not. Most of the time, you go in and you get a ton of debt, and you working to pay off that debt. So if you saying it balances it out, maybe, but not all the time. In most cases, most people carry a lot of debt, student loan debt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's it.
No, I was gonna say I kind of wish I didn't go to college right away. I feel like you could go to a trade school or real estate school or something, and you can make money. And then later on, if you want to go to school, you can do that. But I didn't have an interest in something that a degree would have really helped with, like medical or what's another one?
Law school.
Yeah, stuff like that can make you real money to pay off all that debt. That's worth going to school for, but
Okay. I believe if you're gonna go to school, it should be either in the medical field or the law field. Just because it is proven that people are able to get into the workforce without a degree, right? And they're able to climb a ladder and get to certain stages, in their career, whatever it may be. On top of that, when it comes to your degree, you're not guaranteed a job. There's a lot of people who got a degree and they can't even get a house just because they have student loan debt. And that's usually the thing or how they make us think that's the thing is you go to college, you get a decent job, then you get the nice house you wanted and stuff like that. 9 times out of 10, they can't because they take in people who don't know about credit and stuff like that. Banks take into account your debt to income ratio, so your student loans are accounted for that. So with that being said, a lot of people can't get the things they want just because of student loans. They're already 5 to 10 steps behind. So if you are one of the people who just still believe that want to go to college just to get a degree, just to say you got one, then I believe you should work first, stay at home, save your money, so that way when you do go, you don't have to take on a debt. You can just pay it yourself.
I mean, everyone has the option to stay at home and work. And also, it's like, what jobs are you saying that you can go in and just build your way up? Because that takes usually a long time. It takes a lot longer than what you would to go to school for 4 years. Mm-hmm. And when people speak of debt, like, I have school debt, right? But mainly because it's on me. Like, the school has definitely paid my tuition and helped me out more than that. That's why I have school debt, because I had to pay for other things like apartment and stuff like that, and just to have money, you know what I'm saying? So, like, you can go to school for free and not have any debt, and the government can pay, like, you know what I'm saying? And they'll give you more.
No one's saying you can't go.
But y'all are making it seem like, I understand that debt is the case, but debt isn't, that high debt that y'all think isn't the case.
it
So
also
what's
people
considered
should,
high
Depending
debt
on
to you?
what you go to school for,
Yeah.
and what you spend your money on,
and where you go to school.
and
where you
again,
go to
and
school.
again,
But
no
what
one
is
said
considered
though
high
that
debt
you
to
could
you?
not go to school for free. I think I said right after that, I said yes, you could go to school for free.
And 9 times out of 10, people who go to school and have to live by themselves, that's a lot to juggle with going to school, having to pay your rent, having to, keep the lights.
Yeah, but some people do it. They hustle hard. They hustle hard and they do it. Yeah, but
it's no different than I feel like than you just not going to then you picking somewhere to work at and trying to grow in the ranks. It's similar. You don't have that debt, but it's gonna take a lot longer to get to where you want to go. That's pretty much like when I was at ACC, we developed a game of life, and that's pretty much what we did. We had people go to school, and we had people go to work, and that's pretty much how it is. Like it just takes longer to get there.
Situation different, so
yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? Some people can go to school and just go to school because their parents or some way they was helped out. And some people have to go to school and work at the same time. Some people have to take on student loan debts. That's just the way it is. So again, though, ain't nobody saying that. I'm at least saying that I'm not totally against college. I'm not saying that at all, because there is ways that you go to school where you do make a ton of money.
There are
you're
some
able
fields
to pay off for that debt.
And I mean,
or you get for forgiveness.
And you go to
so
trades.
Again, I'm not saying I'm against it at all. What I was not doing is that it wasn't for me in that aspect. I did go to college though, you know what I mean? But
as an adult.
As an adult.
As an adult.
But for me, it just wasn't my path, and I never really had much debt. That's just how it was for me.
Yeah.
But I ain't saying everybody me. Again, what she tell y'all in the beginning of this is we different.
Right.
We ain't the normal family.
And you don't have to and you don't have to go to 4-year either. There's 2 years where you just go that's pretty much trade school.
That's what I did.
And some
did it
people
help though? Not really. But
it also depends on what you're going in for. And not everybody needs to go to college per se. Some people will go to trade school because they don't want to be a doctor, a lawyer, work in the healthcare field, work in the business field. They may want to work with their hands. They want to be a mechanic, maybe want to be an electrician, maybe want to be a contractor, build houses. Maybe they want to own their own business.
You don't have to go to school to be an entrepreneur.
No,
exactly.
you don't, but some people do go to college and get their MBA,
administration and all that stuff.
to be able to build their personal business.
And what she was saying is some people don't want to go to school they want to do other things.
Right.
So you can take up trades and all that. That's what she was saying.
Yeah.
And so but in that case, you pretty much saying some people they'll do it just to be an essential worker type deal.
No,
I guess it depends on what you want to do in life. Some people they want to do other things. They want to say for instance, they want to work with their hands. They want to do something that entails working with their hands, but you're not going to get that in college, right?
Right.
College is mostly what? Lectures, more lectures, and reading. Okay, so if you want to take up welding, mechanic, stuff like that's hands on. You're gonna go to a technical school for that. Back in the day, I don't know if they're doing it nowadays, but back in the day they had technical school when you were going into high school.
Right.
Vocational school. So, I mean, I think, that gave a lot of people the opportunity to, explore other avenues and build their wealth outside of the traditional, you got to go to college. I grew up being told I was going to college. So, and I'm a believer that going to college will get you further ahead. Okay? So, but that's my belief. I think if you study hard, you get your degree, you get out there in the workforce, you work hard, you save your money, then you go and get to where you're going to get. That's how I feel, but I do understand that there's other avenues that people can take, so to speak.
College is also good for networking because most of the stuff y'all do in life is sometimes is who you know. It ain't so much about how much you know, it's who you know. So
and a lot of these
I'm not totally against college again. putting that shit out
That
there.
is y'all got a
You know
hidden
what I'm
beef
saying?
here right now.
I just don't agree.
And you
with-
know what though, a
But
lot of
so
these
can we,
millionaires, billionaires, they go to college and they drop out of college because why? They've
Or
done
they get
network.
something
They've networked while they're in college, and they've developed something that's going to make them a whole lot of money, and they feel the need not to finish, or excuse my language, not to finish. So, but that's few and far between. That's not
Some of the richest
everybody.
people dropped out of college too.
Mhm.
I want to say too, I feel like a lot of people think that people fantasize about working and the careers and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Most of me and my friends, we struggle to like think of a passion that we want to pursue in life, or like some job that is we're just gonna love and stuff.
And you want to do forever.
Yeah, mostly we're just thinking about what we want to do outside of work. And so some people, they just want a job that they don't mind doing, that can support what they want to do, that can help them support what they want to do outside of work. Like if they have hobbies like traveling, golfing,
So they can get a job and not necessarily like it.
or I'm just saying you don't have to. Not everybody
love
has
it.
like a job that they
A passion.
that
Right.
yeah
As I
they're
know.
crazy about.
Yeah, but I always tell y'all need to find something that you do like and don't mind doing, because if you find something that you like and you don't mind doing, it's not gonna feel like work.
It's not.
Yeah, but people in America work too much. Like, anyways, nobody wants to do all that work. Come on now.
I mean, she not wrong.
It's not that. It's just like that.
Where you gonna find a place that you
I
can
got
put
Like if
on
this.
somebody
this?
told me,
You know?
instead of me all my life thinking, okay, I'm gonna have a skill that I'm gonna be good at, and I'm gonna find a job that I'm so passionate about, and I'm be a career woman. If somebody would have just told me like, oh, these are things that you might be good at, that you can make money, that you don't have to spend a bunch of time working. You know what? Work smarter, not harder, that type of thing. I would have had other thoughts than I need to go to college and stuff like that. I would have been thinking about, other professions that, maybe I can become a dental assistant and I don't have to I can work a 9 to 5 if I want to and just, you know what I'm saying? Do you think that people should be able to legally take drugs?
What kind of drugs? You gotta clarify. Come
No,
on now. You
'cause-
gotta clarify.
Wait, y'all heard about we're in an opioid crisis, or there's an opioid crisis?
There's been an opioid crisis. It's just become to light because other folks are now other folks are now coming to the forefront with issues, and so now it's become a big issue. But opioids was real back heavy in certain
That's why I
communities
think
way
it's
back when,
You can cut
and
this
until it
about
crossed
yourself.
over into
You
other
can click on it.
communities,
This is a
it
Republican
became an
bill. He
issue.
was screaming out how-
Now,
where
do
y'all
I
from?
believe
Oh,
that people should legally take illegal drugs?
Listen, because there's this professor I was watching, he has a video, and he feels like people should be able to alter their consciousness if they want to. And he takes heroin in his free time. And he's,
is it that
Hold on.
yes, he does heroin in his free time, and he's still a functional human being. He's still a professor.
If he take
Writing
heroin-
books.
I bet you they love his class. Them students probably be like, yeah, he is. Go ahead.
But yeah, he feels like people should be able to do that. And if you regulate it instead of just trying
Heroin.
What do you
Yeah.
mean? Who's regulating?
you-
So it's been.
make
I think it's
sure
been
that
done
people
before.
aren't taking
Well, I
the
know.
wrong stuff, fake stuff, you can regulate drugs in a way where people
I had
aren't
a
maybe
professor-
dying as
Hold
from
on.
overdosing.
I had a professor
Hold
do
on.
the same thing. He
That's
pretty much
what
took
I'm
the
saying.
stance of legalizing like heroin and drugs like that, and it was a speech class, and he pretty
when
much
was
debated.
heroin popular? Like, is this
Way
new?
back when.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying, is this new?
These professors.
Oh, no, this was for me like a few years ago, but he was just showing us how you could take a subject and pretty much persuade someone to like be on your side about it. So he took drugs and he pretty much said if we legalize it, regulate it, and because it's been done before, I think overseas like somewhere.
It has. It
So
has
he
been
pretty
done
much and I'm listening and I'm like, dang, like this.
But they didn't regulate it.
sense.
They just legalized it, and when they legalized it, it took this. It took the excitement, I guess, of taking something illegal, so people weren't going out there to get it because they done legalized it. Nobody gonna get in trouble. And they had like a certain area of the city where people would go and do their
That's
drugs,
like The Wire.
and crime went down and stuff.
It's kind
It-
of
it
like
worked
The
for
Wire,
them,
but
though.
I don't know if that's where they got it from, but yeah, that happened overseas. There's a certain area
Yeah.
that these people would go
So
to.
wait,
They do their
But no,
drugs.
I don't think
I was about to say,
heroin
The thrill of
should-
getting
I was about to
caught.
say,
and-
I'm literally looking
Yeah,
at
that's
like,
part
hold
of the
up.
thrill.
They took the thrill of
They
getting
took
caught
the
and
thrill
hustling
away.
all of that out of it.
Mhm.
So it was kind of lame now for you to go there and do your shit, whatever it was you was doing.
I honestly don't think you can regulate illegal drugs, okay? Because nobody is going to
regulated tolerance.
not
Who
regulate
was checking
hold
this
up,
professor's
hold up.
work? I mean,
Hold
if you doing
up.
heroin-
Regulate. Nobody is gonna regulate
I wanna
a
know.
manufacturer.
Black professor too.
Ah,
I was like,
why
what?
you have to bring that shit
I
up?
just say it. I didn't know black people did.
Oh my god.
Are we
I'm
watching
sorry.
Snowfall?
No, wrong drug. But
Yeah, that's crack, mom.
Ain't that? No, that's not the same thing.
Yes, ma, it's crack.
All I'm
Great
saying
show.
is
Go watch
you're
Snowfall.
not going to be able to find people who are going to have manufacture. What's the word I'm looking for?
What manufacturer was?
Supply.
Factory.
Factories that they're going to go in and have these factories making this
It's gonna
drug.
be small
to regu-
businesses maybe, and
No.
then that's a booming small
No,
business.
it's not, because you got to have a task force to
Yeah.
go in to be trained in
You
this
gotta-
and to go in and make sure everything is okay. But like
So,
weed,
yeah,
there's
but some
different
of them-
strains
but-
of different drugs.
For like some of them weeds, yeah, they got cameras that watch it from the seed to the the snipping of the buds and all of that shit and bagging it and all that. They like watch you 24/7.
But I don't
So
think
that's
you
how
can.
they can regulate it.
So wait, what kind of drugs are y'all talking about regulating? Just weed and heroin?
I'm talking about
Excuse me.
class.
I'm still-
Is it class
This
A?
heroin is
The-
No, class
I'm
2, Schedule 2 drugs.
Schedule 2. I'm talking about the
No.
ones that
The hardcore ones. The ones that the heroin. I mean, opioids technically are regulated
Pharmaceutical,
because
yeah.
it is a prescribed medicine. And yes, they were over prescribing them even today, I think some doctors, they still have what they call pill mills out there, where these doctors are just basically passing out scripts for no reason or whatever. But now they're starting to implement different things to have a check and a double check to make sure that these people who get hooked on these drugs aren't shopping, because you do have that where people who have become addicted from, say, a painkiller they got because they had a broken bone, okay, but now that they've gotten through the acute phase of it, they no longer should need that, but they're already hooked. So what they do is they go to one ER, then they go to another ER, then they go to another ER. But now, I don't know if it's every state, but I know at least Texas and New York have programs implemented to where you have to check to see when was this last prescribed, how long ago, where it was. All that's in there, so that way it's better regulated, so that way it helps cut back on the opioid crisis. I mean, I think, there's always going to be probably, a loophole around it.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, the heroin, methamphetamines.
You got that clip of that Republican? You
Which
should
one?
play that. The one with the Republican, he all upset. He's like, the Mexicans
Oh,
were
yeah,
bringing
in
opium.
Montana.
And he's like, we had our own homegrown opium, and now they're bringing
No.
in their opium. Yes, that.
It was not
It was like
opium.
he was whatever
It was-
the fuck it was. Meth. It was meth,
It was
wasn't
meth.
it? He's like, we was growing our own
Homegrown.
meth in our own
Like,
state.
what?
And now the
Homegrown?
Mexicans are bringing in their meth, and it's so much better, and it's cutting our profits. Yo. Double standard. That's why they don't like Mexicans now. It wasn't tacos.
Oh, Dad.
Oh my gosh.
It was meth. I'm telling you.
Everybody likes tacos.
I like tacos. I'm just saying.
Oh, I saw this
Not
thing and it was
avocados,
like,
though.
do Mexican people look at black people's tacos the way black people look at white people's chicken.
I wonder.
Yeah, you see that?
Can I get a little laugh? Am I allowed to keep that? Like, do I have to edit that out?
Why? That's not racist.
I wonder.
I hope not.
It's double-sided. She mentioned black people.
That's not racist though. She just said, dude, they look at
I'm
things
like,
like
please don't get
they
offended
look
by
at
this.
Yo, he
That's
was
funny.
hot though. They was
Yeah,
down
he
there, all the
was.
Republicans at the border and
He
shit.
sounded
Talking about they talking to the cartel across the lake.
And I'm saying, like, you in
know
the
they the
dark.
cartel.
How you know they the cartel? You go over there and say, "Are you cartel?"
Yeah, it could have been some little,
Man.
essay skipping rocks. Talking about, yeah, we're in cartel. Hey, man, them Republicans. And y'all elect them. Y'all think they smart people, but that's whatever.
Oh man.
Some people ain't got the common sense that God gave them. So
I mean, there's some dumb Democrats too, but
yeah, I mean, it's all the way around. It's
People gonna
definitely
you
is.
can't be out in the middle of the night talking about I'm talking to the cartel across the lake.
Riverbank. It's not like.
Whatever. You know what I'm saying? You just how who clarifies that they're the cartel?
Yeah. Did they go on time?
Who you check for ID? You know what I mean? You don't say cartel on the ID and shit.
He got a cartel badge.
Are you scanning a barcode like that? Across the lake, river. Let me see your barcode. Cartel. Now
Nope,
talk to
it's not
me.
him. It's not him.
Yes.
Move.
What kind of information can you give us? When them kids were swimming over,
No, just stop.
It could have been worse. He could have done
That's crazy. Okay, let's wrap this up.
No.
We ain't got nothing left.
Don't we
We
have
got some stuff.
episodes?
You want to say
Yeah, we got episodes.
Or something?
Alright, then Mike, close this out.
Yeah. Well, I guess we're gonna end it for today. Okay, so we'll come back with some more good topics. If y'all have any suggestions that y'all want us to talk about, or any questions y'all want us to talk about, just comment on it. Why you laughing at me?
She nasty. She finna drink it too. Go ahead, swallow.
Spit that out. Put it back in the glass. Yeah.
Anyways, just put your comment down below. Definitely hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell so you'll be notified when a new episode pops up. All right. Well, thank you for watching and listening to our unique family, and I hope y'all have a great day.
Till next time on Open Book Podcast.
Beep boop bop.
Boom, boom,
Bro, you nasty. You just gonna wash that water around in your mouth and then swallow it like it's mouthwash. Picking up all the leftover
It's
like.
not, you
Nah,
your mouth
it's
is
dirt.
dirty.
Yeah,
It's
it is. You got leftover food all in your gums, all that. You just, let me swallow my meal for the day.